For TOFM with Minty, 25 minutes after 2. Most people know there is one particular topic that is very, very close to my heart, and that is melanoma. We're going to talk a little bit about it today, and a big event coming up on Saturday to help raise money for local charity Violets and Lace. Melanoma Institute. We've got Danielle with us today, also Jay and Michael. Guys, thanks for popping in. Great to have you in the studio.
Thanks so much for having us. It's great to be up here.
Danielle, let's start off with you. The Melanoma Institute. What does it mean, and why are you out travelling around Australia at the moment?
Well, the Melanoma Institute Australia is a world leader in research, treatment and education. So we're actually here up in North Queensland because North Queensland is the epicentre of the highest rates of melanoma in Australia, and Australia has the highest rates of melanoma in the world. So there's definitely a need for education, and that's what we hear about today. We love our paradise. There are a lot of very, very good things about living in paradise, and unfortunately that is one of the not so good things, that melanoma is such a big problem. Skin cancer in North Queensland, it's so important that we educate everyone, the mums and dads, to make sure the kids know. I know that, we slap that sunscreen on our kids every single day, but there are still people who don't do it. Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of the reasons why we're up here, is so that we can come around and speak at a number of high schools and primary schools. The first 15 years of life are where you accumulate sun exposure, which will set you up for your risk of melanoma later in life. So my colleague Jay and I have been speaking at a number of high schools and primary schools in Ayr and in Townsville. And just getting to reach the kids and teach them about how to stay safe in the sun and what signs to look out for melanoma. And it's great. They're so enthusiastic and they're just lapping it up. Such
an important story. Now, Jay, you are the community coordinator, but you've got a story to tell as well.
Yeah, that's right. I had a melanoma on my left ankle. It turned out it was 1.95 millimetres deep, and after a few big operations, I found out it spread to one lymph node in my groin. They found microscopic cells of melanoma. So that was 4.5 years ago, and now I just want to do everything I can for melanoma, and as well as get the awareness message out there, but raise funds, because we want, at the end of the day, we want a cure for melanoma. There's just too much suffering out there, and we want the best possible treatments available, and that is, we want a cure.
As a kid, do you remember people talking about it? Do you remember anyone saying to you, be careful, you've got to be careful with what you do, and you've got to look after yourself?
Yeah, no, this is the thing. I was telling the kids today at the school, I wish I did have someone come to the school and tell me about melanoma and what to look out for, because I've no doubt I wouldn't be in the position I'm in today. Yeah. So that's why it's so important to get out there and tell the kids, why they've got to wear their broad brim hats and the long sleeves and cover up, and, really drive that message home. And, that's what we're saying. I'm not just some marketing bloke up here telling you to look out, do this. I'm living it, living the journey. So, you don't want to be in my predicament. Look after yourself out there.
It's important to get those stories, because you're absolutely right. All of us are the same. Until we're impacted by it, we don't care. No. We don't put that hat on or put that little bit of extra sunscreen on, because it's never going to happen to us. It's never going to be the case. And like I was saying, with the impact it had on myself, with my mum at 51 passing away with a melanoma, I've passed it on to my kids, and they don't often knock it back, because they know that their grandma isn't with us. She's not a part of their life because of this horrible thing called melanoma and cancer.
That's exactly right. And, melanoma is the most common cancer between 15 and 39-year-olds. So all those people out there that think that getting a tan is cool and laying in the sun all day at the beach, it's not really worth it, because, but you might think it's safe now, but by the time you settle down in your 20s or 30s and you're ready to have a family, that's when it can attack, and you don't want to be in that situation.
Exactly right. Very good mate of mine is Michael Nelson. We've been mates for a long time now, and Mick is one of the best MCs in Townsville. That's absolutely true, and does a fair bit of work at the Crocs as well. Mate, you're involved in this Violets and Lace fundraiser coming up at the venue on Saturday. Why? Why is this passionate to you?
Well, the reason that we started up the Violets and Lace charity is a friend of ours, there's 6 other ladies that are involved on the committee, and a good friend of ours, Katie Lee Spence. She's a 29-year-old mother of one, Violet, who's 1 year old, who's been diagnosed with melanoma as well, and she's at stage 4. So she's at that. It's quite terminal at this stage, and you hear the story all the time of somebody getting some sort of cancer, and I don't think it really sinks home until it's someone you know. Yeah. So we're now out to try and help raise money for Katie, but also for the guys at Melanoma Institute who are helping everyone that are suffering from this terrible disease. Yeah. So we're out there to raise money and help those guys out.
Well, that's exactly right. And it's so easy to forget about it when you're not touched by it. We know that so many people are. The numbers are just ridiculous of those people that will be touched by melanomas and cancers as they progress through their life. So it's important that we try and get that message across. Tell us about this fundraiser you've got coming up on Saturday night.
All right, we've got the gala ball on Saturday night at the venue. I'm pleased to say that we're actually sold out. So sorry to all those people out there that thought they might be able to grab a ticket, but we are sold out. But, you know, we've got entertainment thanks to Atori, myself emceeing. We've got auctions, we've got raffles, we've got a photo booth set up. Where the guys and girls can come in and get their photo, a bit like a prom setup, just for a bit of fun. And that's done by Carolyn, one of the committee members from Piccadilly Photography. So she's in there. She's going to be taking photos for that. It's just going to be a great night where we get family and friends together and people that we don't even know to raise awareness of melanoma and raise some much needed funds for Katie and for the guys at Melanoma Institute.
Well, you've done a great job with it. I mean, to get a sellout is always tough, and we know it's a great cause, and that makes a lot of sense. Is there a way that people can still contribute to your part of this fundraiser?
Look, definitely. You can look us up on Facebook, Violets and Lace. I can't remember the address off the top of my head, but if you just go into Facebook and look up Violets and Lace,
perfect.
Or even I'll leave the details here, and if they give you guys a call here at TO, you can pass it on, and they can definitely money donation. We've got more auction items than we can poke a stick at. So at some stage down the track, we could always ask for that kind of stuff. But money donation is always great, or even well wishes or anything like that's always well accepted.
Well, you really have done a great job getting this one together, you and the entire team. Well done, Michael. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. As far as the Melanoma Institute goes, Danielle, how can people find out more? How can they contribute to the work that you guys are doing?
Yeah, please take a look at our website. It's www.melanoma.org.au. You can also like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. We've always got something interesting to say, so please join us. And if you'd like to make a donation to the Institute, you can donate from our website.
Absolutely. And of course, it really is, it's important to everyone. And Jay, thank you for taking your story and sharing it with the kids, because, you know, as you said, when we hear that real life story, I think it just makes a whole lot more difference.
Yeah. Look, I'm still here to be able to share my journey. So that's what it's all about. You know, melanoma is real. There's no cure for melanoma. So the more people that know how deadly it can be, the better.
Guys, thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. And Michael, good luck to you, buddy. I'll see you at the Crocs real soon.
Shall do. Cheers, mate.
For TOFM, stick around. Our 80 Super Countdown is next.
American the Highway.